Hey guys, this is Making Decisions Part 3. And half this video is going to be very boring to some people because we're going to be covering some very basic things, but I want all these pictures to be put together in one flow. So I'm going to give it a try. Okay, let's start with we remember my list. We're all familiar with this. There's the three questions, right? This is based on there are basically three things that one can do on a go board. One can defend a group, attack a group, or take points, and combinations. On move one, there is no attack or defense. You only play a big move. So sometimes that's one purpose. If we can get up to 5 purposes, that's fantastic. Really powerful move. Okay. In regards to this list, when we learn it, the list is a representation for how strong players think. They don't say to themselves, just a second, let me look. Am I okay? They don't do that. And we'll get to that. Okay, so there's 3 things that can be done. When we're in kindergarten, we say, how many weak groups or important stones do I have? I mean, am I okay? That's a fantastic question. Well, why haven't you asked question 2 or 3 yet? Because we're in kindergarten, we ask them in order to train our mind. Okay. Is he okay? What's big? Once you get into high school, then we say, I'm getting there, just a second. I'm getting there. Hold your horses. Now we're in high school. And we've been acknowledging things as we go. And we are now acknowledging there's 4 things that can be done on this board. 2 of our groups have some question where it could use a little help. One of his groups is a little bit weak, and there's a big move. We no longer go in order. We simply say, which one seems more important to me? Now, bear with me a moment. Let's just get a random scale 1 to 100 and say that the biggest thing to do is 4. That's like a 90 out of 100 in importance. But it turns out that 2 and 3 are both 70s, and you can do them at the same time. Well, that's 140 versus 90. So it's not just the biggest thing, but the biggest combination of things. If you can do 1, 2, and 3 at the same time, that's fantastic. Okay. So we start, instead of going in order, we say, okay, here's as I play, here are the things that are happening. How would I like to address them? In what order? In what way? Then you get to university, whatever the next step up is, office work, whatever the next step is. We never asked ourselves about any of the groups. How come? Because it's my group, I put the stones down. I'm fully aware that there's a weakness there. I didn't have to ask myself. It never left my mind. So the board, you simply see the board. Yeah, I got something over there. He's got something over there. How shall I organize this? It's just, okay. So that's step 1. Next, we've gone over this game already, but we're going to look at a few other things. And remember, the name of the series is Making Decisions. The thing I keep hearing from students and people in general, I don't know what I should do. I have, gosh, so many options in front of me. I can do, what should I do? So you don't know what to do. You don't know the best thing to do. The professional 9-dan doesn't know the best thing to do. Our job is not to say to find out the best thing, but rather take responsibility for your groups. Here, are you weak? Not really. I have 3 options for health. Well, if you want to play away, that's fine. That's your choice. You might go, I'd like to settle here. Great. Is there something wrong with that? No. It's your choice. Okay. This was my choice. Let's talk about here the choice I made. I did not think, what's the most I can get out of this? No, didn't cross my mind. What I saw this readout in my head, and I go, this really bothers me. I don't like this position, but I think I should like this position. So I'm going to play it to get a feel for it. I don't know it very well. So I want to put it in my game, see how it feels, see what I can do with it. Maybe I should be playing A or B, maybe. C, D, lots of things can be about A, support from a distance. There's lots of ideas. I don't know the right way of thinking about it. Well, I'm going to start here. Seems low, flat. I'm not doing anything that bothers me, but it's fine. I'm settled. I have points. Those are nice points. Okay, so I did it to learn it. Many of you know my style in handicap go. First, I always start at A. I don't start at B. How come? Because there are 12 obvious starting points on this board. I do not want to sit here and start studying the board, reading out 12, making decisions. No, just put the stone down at A. Every time it makes the game so much easier. And then settle. I have a pattern I use. It's good to learn. Pros do that sometimes. A lot of times they'll finding an opening, they'll play it 3 to 5 years and learn it. Okay, feel pretty comfortable with this opening. Choose a new opening. Start playing that one. I don't know if they do that anymore. They used to do it. Okay, so me, I start at A, then I go over to B. Then I settle that one. Once that's done, I find a 3-3 and I go there. That's my pattern. Okay, so we got this far. I stabilize, go to the next area, stabilize. What now? Well, I've already done the A one, and he put it right where I want. That is to say, if he's going to bother me, that's the place to do it. Great. I hope I can learn from this. I mean, he's there. What's going to happen? So I don't want to repeat that. Instead, I just decided to play one that bothers me even more. Save, and then leave it. And we've gone over this in part, what was it, 1, 2, or 3? I don't know what it was. But we talked about why there's 3 options for health, and this is kind of like the basis of the definition of health, of comfort / health. We could stay here in order to do something else. For instance, if we had already played here, I might decide, no, I'm not playing this for my health. I'm already healthy, but I like the size. So there are other reasons to play here. But when it comes to my health, done. I don't like that. This looks like an eyeless, pitiful group to me. But intellectually, it should be fine. So I'm treating it as fine. Okay. Then 3-3. Okay. Here, I have a decision to make. The idea being, if this is Sente, play it. It's a good idea to play it if it's Sente. Well, you may have heard me say before, I don't know the definition of Sente. A lot of people know the definition. I don't. They tell me, well, the definition is if he has to respond. I guarantee you with my life, he doesn't have to respond. He can play anywhere on the board he wants. Oh, no. He should respond. According to who? According to AI. I don't, it's not running in the background. I don't know what AI says. How do we know if it's Sente? So the definition I use personally is this move Sente? Well, I sure hope he ignores. I would love to play here. That's my definition of Sente. I hope he ignores. Okay. So if he plays, just for fun, white, black, the one that scares us, doesn't it look like he got a massively large move and I got a little tiny turn? That's what it looks like. But here, white's getting nothing on the bottom, period. Anything at all, 3, 4 points. With the turn, I'm getting 15, 20, depending. That's a big difference. Next, what is he going to do? I mean, there's a cut here. I can simply cut. Is it going to come out? Sorry, black's move. I mean, what's he going to do? Let's put it here. I'd play here, Sente. Let's have him fix here. Well, let's look at it. This side area, very small. I have more points than he does. Okay, so I've learned, to me, this is Sente. I hope he plays a huge, massive move, and I get to hunt him. So it was my decision. I defined it as Sente. I could be dead wrong. That's not the point. The point isn't, am I right or wrong? The point is, I've taken responsibility for this and made a decision that I'm ready to go with. Okay, it comes out. Next, right side, time for a decision. What makes sense? How about A? Well, you're playing on the right in the corner. That's pretty classic big. The only thing is he's got a big B wall. Is white making a mistake? I don't think so. I don't know. How am I supposed to know that? How are you supposed to know if this is a mistake? Let's do the worst attack. And have him do what? Here. Okay. Can't get more wonderful than that. Well, you could, but that's pretty big. Gone. What's going to play here? Come on out. He can't get anything there, hardly at all. Well, what if he plays this way? Well, come in. There's where the Aji is. Where should I play? Well, there's Aji up there. Let's go where the Aji is, where the help is. Pretty straightforward thinking. I mean, it's flows, right? This last Atari is kind of weak. We don't need you. That's not actually Sente. So maybe come down. We can get him some, and then start coming out. And again, this is not very big at all. Okay. So all that being said, this video is all about making decisions. So many players get afraid I don't know what I should do. And I'm trying to make a point that you will never know what to do. Never, ever. Only your present discernment, which will change 5 times by next year. Just do your best and grow. Okay, so I decided to play here. It's a move I like. I could, how about third line? Fine. They all have pluses and they all have minuses. Play one you believe in. You're seeing a future. You have a feel for how to handle it. What about, hey, I attack that stone. Wait a minute, that's irrational. C doesn't need help. What's the value of capturing the D stone? Oh, I get 10 points there. The right side is significantly bigger than 10 points, right? So attacking here at E is not paying attention to basics. I'm fine. He's fine. Right side's big. We'll play on the right somewhere. Okay, come on in. Maybe this is better on the third line. Could be. Now, when you play a move like this, things are part of your decision. For me, when I play this, I have a picture. Peep, come down. That's a stick. I have every intention of bothering this group. When I play here, oh, that's on my mind. Let me tell you, totally. Because of that, I'm not about to play here, giving him life and points. It's a great example of if this move, you have a picture. That picture will guide you here. Oh, I want him to have a stick. I don't care about that other stone. I want these guys to be strong so I can attack him. This is such a good example. What I see mostly is 7Q, 5Q, 4Q. They're like, oh, how about this one? Like, what are you thinking? They're not thinking. The thinking starts here. Well, it starts from move 1, but it's like, what should I do? Maybe I should come out. That could easily be the best move. Well, he has a wall with a cut. Up here, I don't have a base and I'm not negating his wall. How about I come over here? Next, I get his cut. I'm developing a base. Makes more sense if you look and discern the position. Okay, boom, boom, boom. He went that way. We went around. I saved the cut. Here, when I did the review of this, I believe it was part 1, and this is where a specific question came up from a student. I had said that white has 2 options for health, so I need to defend. My way of defending is by creating, I'm going to play creating a third option. Here, now black's weak. The weaker black is, the harder time he's going to have attacking me. So me attacking him defends my center group. This also came up. The word defense, I had a student going, I don't agree. I was so happy he said it. So funny. He had a hard time saying it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't disagree, but I disagree. It's like, does it defend? And we've both felt much better when we switch the word to help. Does it help the center? Yeah, makes black weaker, which helps our center group. So defense isn't quite the right word, helping. Okay, so I helped. So a different student said, now I think I understood his question. I could be wrong, but let's just go through it and it will get answered where I don't know which one it is. Okay. I believe he said, isn't there, can't you go straight down to 3? Isn't that a direction? And he pointed out, if you go that way, there's the next move. You're threatening to kill him. Okay, so let's answer that one. I'm saying no. Let's look at let's look at the A group. Pass A, the A group. And let's consider direction 1, not a B, a 1. Okay. Now we went over this in 1 and 2. 1 is a direction. The moves might be any one of these. They're all direction 1, and we have a choice. These are all possible. We might do this first. Not much of a run. Well, if it's Sente, we might play it in Sente, if it was, to jump better. So this wouldn't be the jump. It would be a temporary Sente to make a better jump. So mini moves might almost could be our actual choice, but there is only one direction. Okay, let's say that we want to run out, but there's only one way to do it. That's the only way to run. We're pretending here, right? Hey, I'm running in that direction. That's the only choice I have, but I can do it. No, you can't. It's cut. So it's invalid because it's cut. Okay, that didn't make a lot of sense, but let's carry this idea over to white here. I'm saying it's invalid because I'm going to kill your group. No, you're not. Totally cut. Didn't work. It's cut. Like a knight's move. Not a knight's move, but it's still cut. So it's not a valid run. Is there another way? That one's cut too. There is no option 3. But I did find another option 3. Okay. In one of the other videos, we talked about this stone having direction 1, which could be many different moves in that, running to the right, running to the left, running down. Not up, dead end. Boom, can't go any further. Just running into a brick wall. That one doesn't count. Okay, 3 options for running. What about diagonal? No. How come? In the same way a moment ago we said if this is the only option, it's not valid. How come it can't be cut? Because it's incredibly slow. If that's what you have to do, it's already too late. You're already playing such small, slow moves that he's ahead already. It has to be an actual running move, jumping out. Okay, what about this one? That's the same. They're all one space. There's no space. I'm sorry, there's 0 space. A step without a space. That's invalid. Okay. Now we're going to create a diagonal run. New position. We happen to have these stones on the board. They can run to the left, to the right, to the center, and diagonally. The move might be at 4, It might be here. This is clearly jump, and it can't be cut. So that little 2-stone wall lets us run diagonally. Great. Next, we have 2 platforms, and they are separate. Let's have black say, no, you can't run that way. Yeah, I can, and you can't cut me. You can't run that way. Yeah, I can. It's 2 separate running directions, 2 separate same direction in general, but it takes 2 moves to stop. So it's 2 running options. So this group has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from what I can tell. So back to the board. Here we are. The one I didn't catch, 1 is a diagonal off these 2, and it can't be cut. He can cut the single stone, what we don't care about, but he can't cut us off from our group. Okay, but I didn't count option 3. There are 2 2-stone diagonal platforms to run. So I do have 3 options for health. So if he were to say, you can't run this way, I'll just run that way. Oh, do you have a next move? Yeah, just keep running, lots of space. Well, I'll stop you from running that way. I'll just get out this way. I'll stop you from running that way. I'll get out this way. So when you have 3 options, really hard to get hurt. Okay. Let's see if we can do a bit of encapsulating. This idea that you're never going to know. It's kind of hard to get your mind wrapped around. I would say I spent decades at least trying to find what I should know. You know, there must be, I don't know. And so it certainly hits me of something, you know, I feel freed from it, or I actually don't. But you don't know where to go. So take a look, discern the position. Are you weak or not? How do I know? Here are the principles. You can rely on them greatly. When you get in university, you won't need to. You'll simply have a good sense. You'll look a little here, look a little, yeah, I'm fine. Oh, no, I'm not so fine. You'll make a discernment. I'm not so fine, but it's okay in this case. Okay. I'm actually going to die, but it's okay in this case. Okay. So hopefully that was a lot of replay. Hopefully it made some sense to someone. And we covered some answers and some questions and stuff. So we'll leave it there and hope it made some sense. Okay, guys, thanks. Bye.